Hey everyone, it's me, Cynthia. I want to thank you for stopping by my channel today. I know it's been a while. I have been once again traveling to visit my children and those Nona duties. That's what my grandchildren call me, Nona. That's grandmother in Italian. Anyway, there have been a couple of things that happened recently that I thought I would share with you guys and hope that it will be beneficial for you guys in some manner. So the first thing is, I don't know if you've been to my channel before, but if you've seen some of my videos, you may have heard me mention the fact that I recently purchased a home. This is my third home that I've purchased in my life and should be my final. And one thing that I have always shared with my adult children is that when their mother dies, they're not going to get rich off of her death. A lot of people do plan for, inheritance that they choose to leave for their children. And as I have matured, and as I'm getting more mature, I have been thinking about the legacy that I would like to leave my children and grandchildren. And by that, I mean, are there things that I can leave behind that would make their life better, add to it, either financially or what have you. And so I decided that the one thing that I could do is leave this home to the kids so that it could be a place where someone could live if they wanted to, or it could be a source of income if they wanted it as a rental property. This home is not a big one. It is a new build. I call it my cottage. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home with kind of an open floor plan with the living room, dining room, kitchen area. Just kind of flows together. It's in a great area in Texas, in Pflugerville, Texas. Good school district, near a lake, so it would be a great starter home, or for someone like myself, retired, empty nester, 2 dogs, got a fenced backyard. It's really my little cute cottage, I call it. So in order to try to accomplish this legacy that I wanted to leave for my children, I decided to seek a insurance policy that would pay off the house, or it would be enough to pay off the house when I pass away. So when you move into a new property, you're getting solicitations from all sorts of places, furniture stores and security systems and the cable people, and also insurance. So New York Life came a-calling, and I decided to go through the process to get an insurance policy. This is not an expensive house. I probably could pay it off before I die if I paid attention and doubled up on payments or whatever. But I thought insurance would be the way to go. So I go through the process, physical. They took my blood and urine, height and weight. They get all your medical records. Everything's cool, except they denied me. And not because of my health or being in poor health. Of course, yes, I do have multiple sclerosis, which is a risk, but relapsing, remitting is not a huge risk where I am faced with things that are likely, to be a huge factor in causing my death. So they denied me because I am not following any type of traditional medicine. And for one, I think that sucks. And so the agent calls me and she's explaining and she's apologetic, and I feel like she's trying to convince me to go on a therapy in order to get the insurance. And I told her I'm not willing to follow traditional medicine to manage my MS just so I can have an insurance policy, because for me, the medications and the side effects from those medications were worse than the disease. Look at my medical records. I was diagnosed in 2011, got a neurologist on record that said I should have been diagnosed in 1990. Now, for those of you who don't know, most people when they're diagnosed, you do start out with relapsing, remitting multiple sclerosis as your diagnosis, and then it's supposedly going to progress to the more aggressive stages and more debilitating forms of multiple sclerosis. That is not my case. I was diagnosed in 2011. Should have been diagnosed in 1990. That's almost 20 years. 20 years. And I'm stable. No new lesions. Everything, symptoms the same, and yes, I do have the diagnosis, but my disease hasn't progressed. And those of you who know about the medications for multiple sclerosis, they are what's called disease modifying. So there's no cure. It's just that you take this medicine in order to stop the progression or modify the disease. If I'm still stable, and I've been stable all that time, I feel like I'm just going to take my chances on being stable for the rest of my life and not have to take the medications that have their own side effects that can cause other issues. So my question was why? So why am I sharing this? I'm sharing this to say, if you are on a therapy and you are thinking about coming off, make sure you have some insurance in place before you do that. I do already have a couple of insurance policies that could potentially pay off my house when I pass away. It's going to be up to my kids because they're the beneficiaries, and they're going to have to come to some agreement and decide that that's what they want to do. I was hoping just to get something separate to put in place so that will definitely be what it would be for. So luckily I do have those policies because of previous employment. One was through my previous employer, the federal government. I was able to carry my life insurance into retirement. It's a greatly reduced amount, but something is better than nothing. And I already had another policy in place that I had years before I was diagnosed with the MS. So just wanted to share that with you guys. I'm not willing to go on medication just so I can have an insurance policy, and I'll share that with my kids. I haven't really shared with them what I'm trying to do, but I'm thinking I'm going to create a trust and put all my assets into the trust, figure out all that legal stuff. But anyway, so that was one thing. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys is that I hope you have health insurance that's helping you with, if you're on medication or whatever it is that you are, however you are managing your MS. I do have health insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, that was from my previous employer that I was also able to carry into retirement. So it's not very expensive for me. Some might say it's kind of a waste because I don't go to the doctor. I'm overdue for my once a year visit to the neurologist. I'm also overdue for my physical with my family physician, although I'm not so sure that I really need it since I just had the physical for the life insurance policy. But I guess the well woman check would be something that I definitely need to follow up and have with my regular doctor. But as a part of my health insurance, there is a program where a nurse calls me on a quarterly basis just to see how I'm doing, checking in. They ask you all sorts of questions. Just want to make sure that you're doing okay, and then also as a source of information to help me in managing my MS. And the doctor or the nurse called me, not yesterday, but the day before, a couple days ago. The nurse called me and shared something that I was unaware of, so I wanted to share that with you guys, and that is a organization, I believe it's the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, and they have a cooling program, and where they are supplying cooling products, maybe vests or scarves or whatever. So if you visit their website, it is an income-based program. I'm unable to qualify because of my income. There's just me. I make too much for one person to be able to even qualify for the program. The guidelines are on their website. Again, that's the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, and it's their cooling program. I'm here in Texas where we've already had some really hot days. It's mid-April and we've already had some days in the 80s, maybe even the low 90s. And I have cooling scarves, or yes, I have cooling towels. So it's warm here. If you're going to go out, make sure, or anywhere where it's warm, make sure that you stay cool and hydrated. But I think that this is great for those of you who might be able to qualify. Visit their website, the Multiple Sclerosis Association of America, and see if you can qualify for their cooling program so that you can get some free stuff to help you manage the summer months. So, with that said, that's all I wanted to share with you today. I want to thank you for stopping by. It's mid-afternoon, and I am having today, before I think I take a nap, a glass of a white blend. It's called Apothic White. It's a semi-sweet white wine that's very good and tasty, along the lines of a Riesling, but not quite, close, in between a Riesling and a Sauvignon Blanc. So I just, as always, just want to toast and say cheers. Thanks again for stopping by. I hope you're finding this information helpful. I'm just here to share what's been working for me, and I hope that I kind of feel like you guys are my friends and family. I want to be a resource and just a source of support for those of you who feel like you are in this on your own. You don't have to be in this on your own. There's me, and there are other people that are here to help you kind of navigate this. If you have any questions, I've been living with this disease for quite some time, so I might have some knowledge that can be helpful for you. So again, thanks for stopping by. Let's see. It's really tasty. Bye.